Mexican cuisine, especially the one of the state of Puebla, is characterized by its great variety of dishes and recipes, and also for the use of different ingredients in the creation of a dish. One of those typical dishes is semita poblana, which consists of a bread always topped with sesame seeds, cut in half and filled with sliced avocado, a string cheese called quesillo, which is a type of cheese from the state of Oaxaca in Mexico, a choice of different meat, chipotle, papalo, and olive oil. The different types of meat that semitas poblanas can contain are milanesa, which is a breaded cutlet, ham, Mexican sausage, and others. Semita poblana is distinguished by the slightly sweet flavor, sesame seeds roll, the neat layers of filling, and its string cheese. Like many delights of Puebla, semita poblana is one of the most representative poblano dishes that makes its cuisine unique and special. It has practically everything. It's cheap, delicious, and easy to prepare. Cemitas have its own history. It is the result of two types of bread that during the Viceroyalty, the city of Puebla gave as tribute to the Spanish crown. It was then a salt bread, long and stale, similar to baguette and the most cheap bread made with dark flour, destined for the poorest people. This bread was maintained in good condition for up to 6 or 8 months, so they were made mainly for the fleet and crew sailing to Spain and the Philippines. Then, this type of bread started to be made in different places such as bakeries. The name of Cemitas is related to unleavened bread of Jewish origin, semita, cultivated in Spain. The state of Puebla used to pay tribute to Madrid with tons of bread 6 times a year to supply its crew on the high seas in the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. This was also a food for workers and artisans because it was easy to keep in good conditions, easy to transport, and it was enough to keep their hunger away. A semita is huge, so some of the bread filling from the top half is removed to make it easier to eat. Originally, the bread of semita was filled with potato, beans, and nopal, since at that time beef, chicken, or pork were practically inaccessible to the popular classes. Some time later, the meat started to be added and the recipe has been maintained. During some periods of time, around 1913, it was a tradition to make different decorations with sesame seeds over the bread. Bakers made flowers, stars, animals, phrases, names, and landscapes. The custom of putting ham and processed meat was born between 40s and 50s due to the influence of American culture in the country after the industrialization process promoted in Mexico. The semita bread is made of a mixture of flour, salt, sugar, yeast, and water. This mixture is made in a dough and decorated with sesame seeds on top, and then baked, creating the most important part of the dish. Then, the bread is cut in half and filled with sliced avocado, a string cheese called quesillo, onion, breaded cutlet or other type of meat, papalo, which is a typical Mexican herb, and a few drops of olive oil that give it a unique taste. It's because of that semita is a typical dish of the state of Puebla, which will always be a very good representation of its culture and gastronomy, worthy of being tasted by all people.